Hey, what's up guys, my name is legoletegamer and welcome back here guys to another Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video. In today's video guys, I'm going to be showing you the best and overpowered class setup for the Mauler. So the Mauler is definitely a very underrated gun in this game. I do feel like this gun does get left out a lot, but the main reason why I think people don't really choose to use this gun is just for the fact of how many weak points this gun does have. So with this class setup I'm about to show you, it's definitely going to maximize the full capabilities of this gun, and it's definitely going to make it very overpowered. So if you guys do enjoy this best class setup, make sure you guys do definitely drop a like. That would really help me out. And if you are new here to the channel, make sure you guys do definitely subscribe for some more Call of Duty content. But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight on into the video. So the gameplay that you're seeing right now on the background is a nuclear with this gun. I was actually extremely surprised that I did get this nuke because this was the first game that I hopped into, and usually it does take me a couple of games to warm up anyway, but nevertheless I was extremely happy when I did drop this deatomizer strike. But anyway, let's talk about the Mauler. So my first impressions on the Mauler is I literally thought this gun was the worst gun within Infinite Warfare, but after not using it for quite a while, I decided to give this gun a second chance, and I leveled it up a bit. I experimented with a lot of attachments, and I've come to the conclusion of this class setup. So this class setup, it's definitely going to get rid of the weak points, and it's definitely going to utilize the full potential of the gun. So anyway, let's go ahead and get straight on into the class setup. So you're seeing it on screen right now. I'm going to be using 3 attachments and 4 perks. So the first attachment I run here is Quick Draw. Quick Draw is a very important attachment to run. You want to be winning gunfights, you want to be getting the first shots on the enemies, and that's definitely going to ensure you and increase your chances of winning a gunfight. And you'll see in this gameplay that Quick Draw does come in handy very often. I mean, I was in some close calls very often, and you do see that Quick Draw does help you out a lot. So the next attachment I run here is Foregrip. Now, one of the main weak points of this gun is recoil. This gun does suffer from high recoil, so putting on something like Foregrip will definitely make the gun as stable as possible. But still, even with Foregrip, this gun does still have quite a bit of recoil, which is a little bit of a downfall, but usually this gun is actually very good at close range. Close range and medium range distances is where this gun's strong point is, but at longer ranges, you really want to be avoiding long range gunfights because this gun is still very bad at long range just because of the fact it has a very high recoil. So definitely Foregrip will reduce it a little bit, but like I said, you do have to be aware that there will be some extra recoil. So the next attachment that I run here is Suppressor. Now Suppressor is still a very dominant attachment to run within Infinite Warfare. You don't lose too much effective damage range, but what Suppressor does is it allows you to stay stealthy, and that's definitely something very important, especially if you want to get these nuclears and you want to be on a higher kill streak. Running something like Suppressor will definitely help you out. It usually helps me a lot. I stay alive longer, I can get my kill streaks, and usually it does end up helping me to get a nuclear. So anyway, that is pretty much going to be attachment setup. So let's get straight onto the perks, because the perks are very important to run as well with this gun. So the first perk I run here is Dexterity. Now Dexterity is very important with this gun. The unique thing about the Mauler is that it has a very high fire rate and a very tight hip fire spread, and because it has that very high fire rate, you lose ammo extremely quickly. I mean, you lose ammo so quickly with this gun. I mean, after about 3 or 4 kills, you do have to reload, which is a little bit unusual with an LMG because usually you do have to get about 5 or 6 kills before you can actually reload your light machine gun. But with this gun, it's definitely very different. You do have to reload already after 2 to 3 kills. So definitely speeding up the reload time will definitely ensure you that you have enough ammo in your magazine, and will definitely help you to always be stacked with ammo. So I run Dexterity. Now the next perk I run here is Scavenger, and of course Scavenger is a very indispensable perk to run, because of course when you're going for those nuclears, you have to get 25 a player kill streak, and you can't be picking up somebody else's gun. You definitely want to be stacked with ammo, and that's why I use Scavenger. Now the next perk I run here is Hardline. Now Hardline is very important as well, just to get your score streaks a little bit faster, and you'll see in this gameplay that Hardline definitely did help me out. I got my Warden and Advanced UAV extremely quickly, and that allowed me to see exactly where the enemies are. So Hardline is definitely a very good perk to run, especially if you run something like the Advanced UAV. You're definitely going to be at an advantage just because you know exactly where the enemies are going to be. So the next perk I run here is Dead Silence. Now Dead Silence is the second best perk to run in this game, the first one being Ghost of course, but Dead Silence is something very good. I mean, what it does is it silences your footsteps and also exosuit movements, and you don't want to be sounding like an elephant. I mean, you want to be flanking around enemy spawns with ease, and Dead Silence will definitely help you to do that, and you're going to be very stealthy. So that's pretty much going to be the class setup for the Mauler. Now I'm going to be talking about now my opinion on the Mauler. I'm going to be talking about the good things about the Mauler and then also the weak points of the Mauler. So first of all, let's talk about the good things of the Mauler. One of the good things of the Mauler is the fact that this gun is extremely good when you're going to be rushing or playing on a very small map, such as Genesis and Frontier, you're definitely going to see that this gun is a lot of fun to use. I mean, this gun just absolutely melts at close range. At longer ranges though, you're going to be at a disadvantage, like I said, because it has that very high fire rate and increased recoil. You'll see that at close range, this gun is definitely very useful, and I find the Mauler pretty much to be an SMG with just a lot of ammo. That's pretty much the Mauler. But now the next thing that is very good with this gun is the tight hip fire spread. I mean, hip firing with this gun is extremely good, and you're going to be very accurate just because it has that tight hip fire spread. So that is another good thing about this gun. Now, let's get into the bad things about this gun. I do have to say there is a lot of bad things I do need to say about this gun that really kind of bothers me. So the first thing that it has is very high recoil. I already said this before, it has very high recoil, and because it has a high recoil and extreme fast fire rate, you're going to be losing ammo extremely quickly. And that's one of the things that's very unusual as well with the Mauler, is that it only holds 80 ammunition, which is relatively low for an LMG. I mean, usually it would have something like 100 ammunition, but for this gun it only holds 80 ammunition, which is very low, and you do have to reload constantly with this gun, which I do find really bothersome. Now, the next thing that this gun does have is it lacks range. I mean, the range on this gun is very poor, and like I said, at longer ranges you're pretty much going to be at a disadvantage, and you shouldn't be challenging any long range gunfights because you're definitely going to lose it with this gun. But anyway, the final conclusion for this gun is extremely good when you're just going to be rushing and playing on smaller maps. But with this gameplay that you're seeing here, I was playing on Retaliation, and I did actually pretty well because I was playing in a close range distances, and that's really where you want to be playing. You want to be playing on close range maps, and you'll definitely see that this gun is going to be very effective. But that's pretty much going to be the class setup for the Mauler. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and also make sure you guys do definitely drop a like for this nuclear that I got here in the gameplay. That really helped me out, guys. But anyway, if you're new here to the channel, make sure you guys do definitely subscribe for some more Call of Duty content. But I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. So God bless this nation. Peace out, guys. Peace.